Good morning and Jai Hind everyone. As we are discussing the chapter component of food in biology and few of the topics we have discussed. So in previous class I have explained you about the testing of nutrients in food items as well as the answers of oral question 1. Alright, and now today I am going to discuss the next topic of the chapter, that is, the next topic is what? Yes. Cooking of food. Alright. So just open the chapter and topic which is there, cooking of food. Children, as you know that foods such as vegetables, cereals and the meat. Alright. Vegetables, cereal, meat, they are cooked before eating. Before eating we cook them now. We are not going to eat it without cooking. Alright. And this cooking makes the food soft. Why we make this kind of food? To make them soft, tasty and easy to digest. So these are the three reasons because we cook our food. To make the food tasty, to make the food soft and easy to digest. Alright, but the wrong cooking method destroy the several nutrients in it. If our cooking method is not proper, so what can happen? What can happen? The nutrients which are present in our food, they can be destroyed. Okay. As you know that our food have proteins, our food contains vitamins, minerals and all. So if we cook it improperly, suppose if we are going to cook it very long time, okay, so what will happen? Some of the nutrients of the food get destroyed. And if we are going to cook it very less time, alright, then also what will happen? Some of the nutrients not get used properly. So that is why a proper cooking method is required to cook the different types of food items. Either for cooking rice, cooking pulses, okay, cooking the different types of vegetables, cooking the meat, cooking fishes, eggs and all, whatever the food material is there. So different methods of cooking are used for cooking these all substances. You must have seen at your home also. Rice is cooked in somewhat different manner as compared to pulse. Is it? Because they have the different kind of nutrients. So the different method of cooking is required. Different time periods of cooking is required to cook them. Alright. The vegetables and the fruits should not be washed after cutting or peeling them. One more thing that we must have to remember. After peeling the fruits and vegetables, okay, we must not have to wash them. If we wash them, so we must have to wash it before peeling and then we can peel it. Clear? Otherwise, what can happen? Washing after peeling, some of the nutrients which are present on its surface can be washed with water and get waste. Get it? So we have to wash our vegetables and fruits before peeling and before cutting. After cutting or after peeling, we must not have to wash them. Okay? Because what will happen? It results in the loss of some vitamins and minerals which are present in the fruits and vegetables. They can be lost, and washing rice and pulses repeatedly also result in the loss of vitamins and minerals. If we are going to wash our rice and pulse before cooking many times, so it will also wash some of the minerals, some of the vitamins present on it. So we can wash the rice and pulses before cooking just 1 or 2 times, not more than that. Okay, just to remove the dust particles which are present in them, we can wash it once or 2. Now the food which it should be cooked in just enough water, and cooking in too much water and then throwing the extra water away makes food lose its nutrient. Some people, what they do? Some people add more water while cooking. Okay, and at last excess water they throw. So this is a wrong method of cooking. We have to add only that much water at the time of cooking that can be utilized, not more than that. Okay, so water must be there, kept in rice, kept in pulses, kept in vegetables at the time of cooking, but that amount of water must not be excess. Understood now? Because while cooking, what happened? The nutrients of the vegetables and the fruits and that pulses comes in water, released in water. Okay, and if we are going to throw that water, it means we are going to throw the nutrients. Alright, so this is also one of the good method of cooking. Use only what? The water which is required by that food item, not more than that. Okay, and the vitamin C which gets easily destroyed during cooking due to heat. While heating the materials are the fruits especially which have vitamin C, it gets destroyed. That is why we are going to eat the fruits without cooking now. So what happened? The vitamin C which is present in such fruits, they remain the same in the fruits, and while eating them it can utilized by our body. Alright, and if we cook such fruit items, so what will happen? The vitamin C gets destroyed because of eating them, and we should therefore eat raw fruits and vegetables to get vitamin C. For getting the vitamin C, how we can eat the fruits without cooking? Raw, like the orange. Oranges have which vitamin? Vitamin C, and this vitamin C, because of cooking, what happens? It gets destroyed. So we cannot cook it, we cannot heat it. Alright. Now, children, after this method of cooking the food, there is a table given in your chapter, table number 2.3. And in this table, it is explained that the daily balanced diet for a 12-year-old child. Get it? What is the table? Daily balanced diet. Daily balanced diet for a 12-year-old child. So in the table, 3 columns are given. In first column, foodstuffs, name of foodstuff. In second column, quantity, and in third column, the quantity of non-vegetarian. Second one, quantity for vegetarian, and third column, quantity for non-vegetarian. So just look that. First column is foodstuff. Second one, quantity for vegetarian and quantity for non-vegetarians. Alright, understood? So first food stuff is cereals. Okay, and the amount of cereals, the quantity of cereals which a vegetarian person, how many years? 12 years old child has to take. It is about 320 grams. Okay. So cereals, how much we have to take? 320 grams. And if we are non-vegetarian, then also it is required by our body about 320 grams. Clear? This next food item is pulses. How much amount for a vegetarian?
70.
Yes, it is 70 grams. And for a non-vegetarian, 60 grams. Get it? Why this difference? Because pulses contains proteins, alright, and meat, fish, eggs, they also contain proteins. So if a vegetarian person who is only depend on pulses for protein, he must take 70 grams. But non-vegetarian who take pulses as well as also takes meat and fishes, so that person can take 60 grams, and the rest of they can take from the food like meat, fish and eggs. Alright. Now the next one is green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables like spinach, like cabbage, and this much is required about 75 grams by a vegetarian of how many year old? 12-year-olds, that like you, approx like you. Alright, most of you are in the age of 12 year, 11 year, like that na? So you must have to take this much quantity of different food items per day. Okay, and a non-vegetarian about how much? 100 grams of leafy vegetables, green leafy vegetables. The other vegetables, except green leafy, other vegetables, it must have taken about 75 grams by a vegetarian child, and by a non-vegetarian child it must also be 75 grams. Okay, fruits, different types of fruits, apples, banana, orange and all. So all kind of fruits have the vitamins in them and minerals in them. So the quantity of fruits that we must have to take for a vegetarian child per day, 50 grams. And for a non-vegetarian 12-year-old child, it must be also 50 grams. Get it? Understood the quantity? Now, some more food stuff is there. And the next food stuff is milk, which is very important food stuff of our diet. So the milk must be taken about 250 grams. 250 grams by a 12-year-old child who is vegetarian, and who is non-vegetarian, he also have to take the same quantity of milk per day, that is 250 grams. So the requirement of the different minerals and protein which is present in the milk can be fulfilled. Like calcium is present in the milk, okay, and calcium is very much important mineral for the children, for the growth of the bones and strongness of the bones, strongness of the teeth and all. Alright, so you must have to take per day about 250 grams of milk, everyone. More than that you can take, but not less than 250 grams. Okay, now the next fruit stuff is fat. And a 12-year-old child which is vegetarian must have to take about 35 grams of fat per day. Fat is present in oil, butter, ghee and all. They all are the sources of fat. So together in per day about 35 grams must be taken, and for a non-vegetarian child it will also be 35 grams. Alright. The next food item is sugar. Sugar or jaggery. Sugar or jaggery, because they both have the sweet items that we take in our daily diet. So either you are going to take sugar or you are going to take the jaggery, anything. You must have to take it about 50 grams for a vegetarian child, and it is about how much? 35 grams for non-vegetarian child who is of 12 years. Get it? Understood why the difference? 50 grams and 35 grams. Because sugar is mainly provide us energy. Get it? Sugar we take to get the energy. And the non-vegetarian who takes the food like meat, fish and eggs, they also provide them the energy. So that is why the requirement of sweet and good is less here. Get it? Understood? Now the next food stuff is meat, fish or egg. As these are the food stuff which are taken by only non-vegetarian, so vegetarian child is not going to consume it, and a non-vegetarian must have to take 30 grams. 30 grams of such food items, or 1 egg per day, or 1 egg. Alright. Get it everyone now? This chart, this table which is listed here. So you must have to go through these all kind of food items in your diet per day. In lunch, dinner, breakfast, all together in per day, about this much of food item, about this much of nutrients. Then your body can grow well. You get protected from diseases. Okay, your bones must be strong, your teeth will be strong. Alright now? Understood everyone now? Okay, now come to the next. After this table in which it was suggested that how much we have to take the food items, food stuff per day. Now the next topic which is given here in the chapter, which is very important, the nutrients which are suggested here. If anyone is not going to take that much amount of nutrient in their food, so what can happen? They can suffer from certain diseases. Okay, so in the absence of the given minerals or vitamins or proteins, the diseases which occur to the children are simply known as deficiency diseases. These all diseases are known as what? Deficiency diseases. Why they are termed as deficiency? Because they occur due to the intake of less amount of certain nutrient. Okay, if we take proper amount, then these diseases will not occur. But we have taken less protein, we have taken less minerals, less vitamins, so these kind of diseases generally occurs in the children. Okay, and these all diseases together known as deficiency diseases. So come to the topic. Deficiency diseases. Children, the term deficiency means in Hindi कमी. कमी के कारण जो डिजीज होती हैं उनको हम क्या कहते हैं? Deficiency disease. Okay, either the deficiency of protein. अगर प्रोटीन की कमी के कारण होता है, that is a deficiency disease. Either the deficiency of minerals. Okay, अगर मिनरल्स की कमी बॉडी में हो जाती है तो भी जो डिजीज होता है दैट इज डेफिशिएंसी डिजीज. ऑलराइट, सो लेट्स डिस्कस अबाउट इट. एज मेनी पीपल इन द वर्ल्ड दे कैन नॉट अफोर्ड अ बैलेंस्ड डाइट ड्यू टू पॉवर्टी. दिस इज वन ऑफ द फैक्ट. एज वी हैव डिस्कस्ड about the balanced diet, we must have to take such amount of proteins, vitamins, minerals and all. But in the world, everyone is not capable. Every person is not capable to get this much amount of food per day, as they are poor. They don't have money to purchase this much kind of food items. Is it not? And you must have seen many poor peoples. Alright. So because of them, some others do not get a balanced diet because of wrong food habits. The one of the reason, they don't have money because they are poor. Second reason, some people don't have the knowledge that which kind of food we have to take. They have the money, but they have wrong habit of eating food. As nowadays you must have seen, most of the children are preferring which kind of food items? The food item which are sold in the market, junk food, pizza, burger, chow mein and all and all. So they have the money, but their food habit is wrong. Okay, so that their body is not going to get proper amount of nutrients and they suffer from diseases. This is the second reason. Alright now? And many people practice wrong cooking habit. This is the third reason. Because of cooking the food by wrong method. They have the money, they can purchase the things, but while cooking they don't know the proper method and cook their food more. Okay, cook their food at high heat, cook their food with excess water, and that is why most of the nutrient of their food gets lost and their body not get proper nutrient. Okay, so this is also a reason by which what happened? Deficiency disease occurs. Got the three reasons? First reason, because of poverty. Because people are poor, they don't have money to purchase the proper food item. Second reason is their wrong food habit. They prefer to eat more and more junk food. This is one of the reason. And the third one is wrong cooking habit. Okay, not using the correct method of cooking. They also not get sufficient amount of nutrients. Clear? So these all are the reason of deficiency diseases. Now come to one by one the deficiency of different nutrients we will discuss. So first we will discuss deficiency of carbohydrate. Deficiency of carbohydrate. So children, most of the energy that you know very well, energy giving foods are what? Carbohydrates. Carbohydrate gives us the energy. So the most of the energy we need comes from carbohydrate. And about 320 grams of cereals can provide a 12-year-old with the energy he or she needs per day. In the table I have written how much cereal we have to take per day? 320 grams. Why? Because 320 grams of cereals can provide us the proper amount of carbohydrate required by our body per day. Okay. So, if your diet gives less energy than required by our body, so what will happen? If you are going to get less than 320 grams of cereal per day, so your body will not get proper energy, complete energy, and in the absence of energy, what will happen? You will suffer from problems like you will get easily tired, you feel lazy, okay, while studying, you feel sleepy. So these all problems come because of the lack of energy. While playing, you easily get tired because of the lack of energy. Clear? So the same one is given here that people with carbohydrate deficiency in their diet are weak. How people get? They becomes weak due to the less amount of energy they get. Okay, and they do not have enough stamina to do any work. As I told the people easily get tired. It means they don't have the stamina to do the work because of the loss of energy, as they are not going to take sufficient amount of cereals per day, okay, which provide us energy, and they cannot bear physical and mental strain. This is also one of the problem. Such people who are having deficiency of carbohydrate, they cannot bear physical and mental strain. Physical strain means they cannot do any physical work. Physical work means carrying the substance, like carrying your bags. Your bags are somewhat heavy, have books, notebooks. Is it not? While purchasing the materials from the market, you also have to carry your bags. So these all are the physical work. And if you have deficiency of carbohydrate, so your body is not capable to do these physical work. Okay, and mental strain also. While learning the things, you will feel problem to learn. You easily forget the things. Get it? So this is also because of the lack of what? Carbohydrate in the body. That is why a 12-year-old child who is going to play enough, who is going to learn the things, who is going to study, who is going to work and all the day, he or she must have to take proper amount of carbohydrate. That is about 320 grams of carbohydrate per day. Okay. Now, eating too much of carbohydrate. Suppose if we are going to eat more than 320 grams, too much carbohydrate, then it also create a problem for the body. And which problem? It leads to ill health. Our health will not be good, will be ill. And most of the extra carbohydrates are what? Converted and stored fat in the body, and this leads to increase the body weight. If we take more carbohydrates, so what will happen? It will get stored in the form of fat in the body, and the child becomes what? Overweight, or suffer from obesity. Obesity is the problem in which the weight of the child gets increased more according to their age. Why this weight get increased? Because of more fat present in the body. And how this more fat deposit? Because of taking more carbohydrates, more sweet items, cake, biscuit and all, coffee, chocolate and all and all. So more carbohydrate are responsible to what? Obesity. Understood now? So we must have to take sufficient amount, not excess, not less. Alright, everyone. So these overweight people are not very active and often suffer from diseases such as what? That of the heart. You must have seen the people, the child who is overweight. That child not do any work easily. While running, he get tired easily. Is it now? And if obesity will be there for long time, so what happened? The heart disease can occur. Our heart will not function properly. So that is why we must not have to take excess carbohydrate. Okay. Understood about the deficiency of carbohydrate and excess of carbohydrate? Now, come to the next one. Deficiency of proteins and fats. Proteins and fats, these are two also important nutrients which are required by our body. Is it now? We have discussed about them. So the deficiency of these proteins in the diet, in our food, what happened? Leads to severe malnutrition, especially in children. As the body of the children need more protein, but if the amount of protein is less in our body, so what will happen? The small children are suffering from some diseases, and one of the common disease is kwashiorkor. What is the common disease? Kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor is the name of disease. Alright. So in this disease, what happened? The body of a child not get sufficient amount of protein, and he or she suffer from this disease. This is a disease caused by protein deficiency in children, and the stomach becomes swollen. what happen in this disease? The stomach gets swollen. Rest of the body parts are thin. Hand, legs, they all are thin. But the stomach gets swollen. And the legs become thin. And the skin show ugly patches. On the skin, what is there? Patches are there. Ugly patches are, blackish patches are there. And if the disease is not treated in time, so what can happen? The mental and physical growth of the child slows down. If the treatment is not going to occur properly to such child, so the child is not able to grow mentally as well as physically. Clear? So it's very important to take proper amount of proteins, especially in childhood, because the body is growing in childhood stage. Is it now? And the requirement of protein is more in this stage. Another disease which occurs in the lack of protein is marasmus. Marasmus is the another disease, deficiency of protein. And in this disease, children caused by deficiency of protein, carbohydrate and fats, all three together, carbohydrate, protein and fats, because of the deficiency of these nutrients. Okay, इनकी कमी के कारण which disease occurs? Marasmus disease. Okay, and in this disease, what happens? The child becomes so thin that loose folds of skin can be seen all over the body. The child becomes so thin and the skin gets folded like that. We have the straight skin now. So in this disease, the child who have this disease, the skin gets folded like that. So that is the what? That is the symptom, or you can say that the way by which we can identify the child is suffering from this disease. That child is not getting proper amount of protein, proper amount of fat and proper amount of carbohydrate. Clear? Understood? What happens in the deficiency of proteins and fats? Everyone? So, that is why it is suggested that we must have to take sufficient amount of all the nutrients. It may be protein, maybe carbohydrate, maybe fats and all. Okay? So, rest of the topics, rest of the deficiency diseases, we will discuss in the next class. And I hope that you understood these all topics. Is it now? Thank you and have a nice day, children.